A lot of our partners are buying houses at the same time that we're buying businesses, and this can be really tricky to pull off because you've got to buy a house and a business at the same time. Now, this can be done, but you've got to structure it the right way. So typically deals in the small business space are done as asset sales, where you're just going and you're buying all the assets of the business, which includes the name and the brand and everything like that. Those are considered assets as well, just as much as a truck. But if you do an asset sale, you may find yourself unable to qualify for a mortgage because that business is going to be considered brand new. So you're not going to get credit for the history of the business for the mortgage the same way that when you're buying a business, you get credit for the historical cash flow of the business. Now, the way you get around this is to do what's called a stock sale, so that you're essentially going and buying the stock or the equity in the existing company. So it's a more similar transaction to how it works if you're just going buying stock on the New York Stock Exchange or something like that. Now, the problem with a stock sale is that in an asset sale, you get to depreciate the assets that you're buying and you get a big tax benefit. And those assets are the physical assets, you don't get to depreciate the brand or the intangible assets. But that can be a pretty nice tax savings in that first year or two when you really need it the most. And if you do a stock sale, you usually don't get that. Unless you take what's called a 338 H10 election, which means you're doing a stock sale that's taxed as an asset sale. So you get the legal benefit of being able to look at the history of the business and use that cash flow to qualify for a mortgage. And then you also get to depreciate the assets that you're buying, reducing your tax liability in those first couple years. And if you don't structure it this way, so stock sale, treat it as an asset sale, you probably won't be able to get a mortgage for at least 2 years after you buy the business, which I think most people don't want to be left out of the housing market for 2 whole years while you're waiting to go and buy a home for your family or just for yourself.